Hi everyone, I'm Anisha. Welcome to my channel on astrology and tarot. This is your weekly tarot reading for the month of August, and it's for week 1, 1st to 7th. I'm going to be doing a generic 3-card reading, and I'll follow that up with a card from the universe, and we'll see as to how the week is looking for you. We'll start with Aries, and we'll see what's in store for Aries. Aries, we have a 7 of Pentacles, which has come as reversed. We have a 4 of Pentacles again, and then we have a Wheel of Fortune. So this week does put a lot of focus on home. There's a lot of focus on tangible things. Maybe for some of you it has to do with real estate issues. Maybe also some stuff could be happening around your home that could be taking up a lot of energy. For some of you, this also indicates that you could be holding on to material things a lot more tightly than you should be doing it. This is also a time where you could be looking at all the work that you have done or all the accomplishments that you have done, and there could just be this sense of restlessness in wanting to push things ahead so that they can move at the pace that they did in the past. The Wheel of Fortune, it's a very beautiful card. This normally speaks about completion. It speaks about things coming to an end or fruition. It also speaks about cycle of life. So it can be that for some of you, a certain chapter of your life is closing and you are embarking on a new one. For some of you, this also speaks about almost an emotional pattern that you could have finished, that you have sort of understood the whether it has been a toxic pattern in your relationships or maybe even at your work, as to how it is that you have been maybe working, dealing with colleagues, or even dealing with money. And this is a time that this cycle is coming to an end. And also this has like a karmic connotation. It speaks about a time wherein that you are being asked to look at your past experiences and putting them to good use. We'll see as to what is it that the universe has in store for you. And lovely, we've pulled out the card of Fool, and he's come out as reversed, and it does indicate that maybe initially the naivety that you may have had, whether it was there in your work or in your relationship, that seems to have there's a sense of realizing that maybe things can't be the same way that they were earlier. Fool reversed also at times indicates about not being a good time to be starting something new. So it's not it's a very Uranian energy. It's an unpredictable, it's something which is chaotic, and so it's always best to wait a little bit before you start whether it is a new project that you're looking at or even a new relationship that you may have been thinking about starting. We'll move to Taurus now, and we'll see what's in store for Taurus. August is a lovely month. We have a new moon that is there in Leo on the 8th. So, and it is the symbol is, it's a sign of infinity if you look at it from a certain angle. And it's also the 8th month. So you have the 8-8, which is also being called as a lion's. That's the sign or symbol for Leo, Lion's Gate portal. I'll be doing a separate video for that, and we'll speak more about that in detail. So Taurians, week 1, August, we have 6 of Wands, we have a King of Cups, which has come as reversed, and we also have a Knight of Wands, which has come as reversed. So the 6 of Wands does indicate maybe this week it's almost like a empty victory. Maybe some of you have achieved something and it just feels like a very hollow victory. There's no really a sense of accomplishment that is there. For a lot of you, you could also be dealing with a lot of past emotions, maybe some psychological issues, maybe something from your past has come back. Maybe in certain cases for some of you it's a relationship that has come back again from the past to haunt you, and you could just be feeling quite overwhelmed with the entire energy around you. There is also a need not to, I wouldn't say rush into things, but there's almost a need to just sit back and maybe wherein that earlier you may have rushed into, or you may have been impulsive or enthusiastic. It does indicate a time where you do not want to take the leap, or you do not want to jump. For those of you who are in a relationship, this does speak about a little bit of challenging times. Maybe week one is a time where you are looking at emotions which are not so pleasant, or maybe they're reminding you something of the past, and you are wanting to introspect and not commit as of now. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. Lovely, we've pulled out the card of World, but it has come as reversed. So it is indicating a time where things are quite chaotic around you as far as your thoughts are concerned. It's, I would say, less of your own emotions, but I think the mind is not really, there's not enough clarity as to which direction you should really be going. Also, at times, this indicates of a time wherein, it would do you good if you were to take a break. So it could be worth your while, Taurians, that week one you just connect with your higher self and do some introspection and see exactly as to where it is that you would want maybe a certain relationship to go. We'll see now what's in store for Gemini and see what's happening with them. Okay. Geminians, week 1 August, we have pulled out a 7 of Swords, which has come out as reversed. We have a Knight of Cups, and then we have a very beautiful card. It's almost your card, Geminians. It's the Lover's card, and even though normally we do look at this card in relationships, this also at times speaks about duality. So you do seem to be in a place, Geminians, where some of you could literally be sabotaging your own happiness, and you could be really sacrificing literally for your children or for young adults at home. For some of you, you could be making a majority of your decisions which work very well for your children, and all the situations around you, everything that's happening with you could be being tailored towards the end result so that your children or maybe a young adult benefits. For some of you, this speaks about a new relationship. This speaks about young love. Maybe some of you could have, if it's not a relationship, you may have just found your calling. This speaks about a project. It's a wonderful card for relationship, Geminians, and it does indicate a new heady relationship. A lot of you could be feeling really in love, and you could really be also putting your partner on a pedestal. It also indicates duality. So it can be that while you are really in love, you are not ready to commit. We'll see what the universe has in store for you, Geminians. I'll do a quick check. And we have a 6 of Swords, and this speaks about a time where there could be some sleepless nights. Maybe for some of you, either a project has kept you awake, either you have been really been concerned about a certain relationship. For some of you, this also speaks about recuperation, or even I would say that, if you have been unwell for a long time, this is a time that you could be recovering from that illness. But a wonderful time to be taking a break from technology, from work, just recharging your emotional batteries, Geminians. We'll see what's in store for Cancer. Cancerians, August is a lovely time for manifestations. We have a new moon that is there in Leo, so it would be wonderful if you would want to start something new, whether it's a relationship or a job. It's a great time for that. I'll be doing a separate video for that. So Cancerians, week 1 August, we have a Wheel of Fortune, we have Justice, and we have King of Pentacles. So Seems like quite a strong reading. A lot of you could be dealing with a lot of contracts, a lot of legal papers. Some of you could be starting a new business. For some of you, a chapter has closed as far as the work or business is concerned, and you could be embarking on a new venture. Money does look good. However, you can expect some amount of red tapeism around. Maybe you are having to deal with a lot of authority figures. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of paperwork. Maybe you're having to, deal with people who could even be asking for a bribe, and they would be refusing to do your work, and you could be just in middle of all of that. But overall, money, this business and money does look good for you, Cancerians. We'll see as to what the universe says for you. Okay, let's see. All right, we have a very cooperative and a collaborative energy. We have the Three of Cups. It speaks about working in teams, working in harmony. So if you are dealing with people, or if you're dealing with larger teams, or even, like I said, authority figures, then it would be good if you were to cooperate and collaborate with them. Or, like I said, it also indicates a lot of legal issues as well. So you could run into some legal problems. We'll see what's in store for you, Leo. Now it's quite the month for you. We have a new moon, and it's not just your birthday time, but also this is called the Lion's Gate portal. It's the 8th month, and on the 8th we have a new moon. I'll be doing a separate video for you, not just for you, but for all the zodiac signs for a new moon in Leo. But it's a very, very powerful time for manifestations. So we'll see what's in store for you, lovely Leos. Oh, how beautiful. I love this. We have pulled out your card, Leos, and see the number 8 that I was talking about on top of this lady. It's a sign of infinity, so it speaks about limitless, and we have a card of judgment, and also we have the card of world. The card of judgment has come as reversed, as has the card of world. Now, very clearly, Leos, the week 1 is opening with you feeling very courageous, feeling very confident, also feeling, I would say, very emotionally secure. However, it also indicates, it's asking for a time wherein that you need to be looking at people for who they are. You need to be sort of looking below the surface and not to get fooled by what you see on the surface, so don't get taken in by sob stories. Do not get taken in by just by somebody who's appearing to be or presenting themselves at face value, and take time to sort of get to know, or maybe get to know their agenda that is there. You do seem to be in a place also of, there seems to be some amount of chaos around you, Leos. It's a time wherein that, either there's a lot that's on your plate, or even as far as work is concerned, you're just trying to put everything together, and it seems to be a bit much. But the good news is, like I said, we have a new moon, Leo, so it's a fantastic time for manifestation for you. We'll see the card of universe. Lovely. We have pulled out the Justice, the Major Arcana card, and it speaks about, besides literally meaning that yes, justice and all fairness will happen, it's a card which speaks about balance. It's a card which speaks about not to get too carried away with what you believe in, or what you may want, or what someone may have told you. It's a time to be also doing some research on your own. And because we are looking at, it could be maybe a decision, maybe you're looking at, changing your business, maybe you're looking at expanding your business. So it's asking you to do a pro and a con exercise. It's asking you to look beneath the surface. Maybe at times things just look, and even people look really wonderful on the surface till the time that we really get to know them, and that's the time, disappointments happen. But it would be it is rather a good time for you to do a pro and a con exercise for yourself if you're looking at expanding your business specifically. We'll look at Virgo now and we'll see what's in store for lovely Virgos. So Virgos, week 1, August, we have the Knight of Wands, and you have drawn a very powerful card. You've drawn the card of death, and you have also drawn the 9 of Pentacles. Very beautiful card, but also a very lonely card. You know, at times we think that, oh, there's this wonderful lady in a garden and she has this bird on her hand and she's so happy, but often it also speaks about being alone in midst of a lot of stuff that could be happening around you. So week 1 really speaks about it's a slow start for you, Virgos, and it's asking for a lot of change from you. And the card of death is like, and you know, and I keep repeating it, except really rare times, it's seldom really a death of a physical being. It normally speaks about ideas. It speaks about things that you really have to change in your life, your thought patterns, your psychological patterns, and not to sort of, you know, at times we are so married to our ideas, we are so married to our thoughts that we just refuse to, you know, look beyond them. We just, like I said, we're just married to them. You know, we do not want to see as to what the consequence of that is there. So the card of death is very clearly asking you to release something that is not working, Virgos. It's asking for a transformation. It's a very Scorpio card. It's asking you to let go of things which do not work, whether it's a passion project, whether it's a relationship, whether it is a dead-end job that you have been you know, struggling with, and for whatever reason that you're refusing to go. And this beautiful, beautiful card, 9 of Pentacles, speaks about, you know, that you are taken care of. You know, the universe is watching out for you. And yes, I mean, if you're fearful that you will be lonely and you will you know, be left behind, well, that is a baseless worry for you. We'll see what the universe has in store for your lovely Virgos and see what the universe says. All right. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, and as you can see, you know, from the it looks like quite a sad card. You have these people in torn clothes, and they are you know, they don't have much, and they're walking in this very cold night. But the beautiful thing is that we can see what seems to be like a church. The lights are lit up, so there is hope. Virgos, don't, even though things could be seeming really hard, and you know, you could just be feeling that you're like end of the rope, and there's no help or there's no light in sight, but there is still hope. So just hang in, Virgos, just hang in for a bit till the time the sun comes, and you'll be all good. Change is always hard, guys. You know, we all resist change. We do not want to be told that what we have been wishing, wanting, dreaming is, whether it is not turning out the way that we want it to, or you know, that it will never sort of be a successful venture or a project or even a relationship. We just sort of keep clinging on. Well, sorry, Librans, we'll see what week 1 has in store for you. Beautiful. We have, even though it's reversed, we have the star. I love this card. It's come out as reversed. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the 10 of Wands. So Librans, week 1, August, is opening up with you being sort of an out of balance with yourself. Maybe your mind and body, or your soul and your body, is not in alignment. Maybe a lot of you are feeling a lot, you're not feeling yourself, you're feeling out of balance, and that's the worst thing that can happen to a Libran. But also there's almost a sense of feeling very lonely from inside. For a lot of you, this also speaks about you could be feeling creatively quite stagnant, and you could also be struggling creatively. And this is, I'd just like to show you as to the picturization of this card. You know, it has this person who's holding all these wands alone. It seems that, you know, besides having a lot on your plate, this is also a time where, you know, maybe you are being braver than you need to be. Maybe you are taking on the entire load, which you don't need to, because nobody seems to have asked you, but you seem to be carrying a lot of load on yourselves, Librans. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And okay, lovely. We have the Five of Cups, and it's really an opportunity for you to move ahead, Librans, and especially we have a new moon in Leo now on the 8th of August, and it's a wonderful time to be courageous, to be, you know, whatever it is that has not worked in your life, it's a good time to leave the regrets behind you and not to sort of keep looking over your shoulder and feeling sad. So time to move on, Librans, and time to heal. Very important. We'll see what's in store for Scorpios. And we have a new moon that is there in Leo Scorpios, and that's there on the 8th. I'll be doing a separate video for all of you. And it's called the Lion's Gate portal, lion being the symbol of Leo. And it's speaking about personal manifestations. It's speaking about all Leo-like qualities that we need to be focused upon. We'll see what's in store for you, Scorpio. Week 1, August. Lovely. Okay, we have the Hermit, we have the Strength, and we have the Moon. Now, you do seem to be in a space in week 1, Scorpios, where you are organizing, you are planning. There is also, I would say, some challenges that are there. And for some of you, it could be that the challenges are with your own self. In certain cases, it almost speaks about self-pity, that you're feeling quite sorry about yourself and the situation that you are in. But the beautiful card is this card of Leo. And we have a new moon in Leo on the 8th, and it's asking you, this entire energy is asking you about whatever that has happened in your life, or whatever the phase that you're going through right now. It's really a time to be courageous, to be having faith in yourself, to be connecting with your higher self. And the moon often indicates, you know, when we are not looking at things as we would when the sun would be there. You know, there's a sense of almost a veil that is there on our eyes, and we're not able to look at things clearly. So maybe you need to be looking at a situation dispassionately. Maybe you need to let the situation fructify, or get more clarity, or wait till the time that things reveal themselves, rather than you know, drawing conclusions, I would say, or rather even making the announcing the decision on behalf of someone else. We'll see what the universe has to say about your week 1, Scorpios. And lovely. We have the 9 of Cups, and it speaks about emotional fulfillment. It speaks about being in a place where you're emotionally balanced, and it also speaks about somebody who's quite satisfied with his or her own life. So whatever it is that is happening over here with the Moon and the Hermit, I think after all that introspection that is going to go on, we do seem to be in a good place. So not a bad time to be doing an emotional pro and a con exercise for yourself, Scorpios. We'll see what's in store for Sagittarius, and I'm going to give these cards a good shuffle. I always feel bad about doing this because they tend to spoil the cards, but it does shuffle them up well. Sagittarians, lovely, you've drawn out your own card. That's a Temperance. We have a King of Pentacles, and then we have a King of Wands. And it's speaking of the week opening up with you being in balance. You have control over your emotions and also of your finances. Though some of you could be worried about finances, and this also speaks about a new project. Maybe it is not taking off or not expanding or not generating the kind of money that you would want it to. Or in certain cases, it could simply be that you want to maybe expand it to a level that could be quite unreasonable. And a great time, Sagittarians, for you to be traveling, great time for you to be recuperating, whether you're in a retreat or you're in nature. Wonderful time to be in touch with yourself. You could also be, some of you could be dealing with somebody who is very creative, is wonderful with words, is a great negotiator, but may not have a great head for money. So you could be maybe managing this person, or they could be that there are a lot of conversations that are going on with this person as well. You know, it's like having a creative person with no business sense at all. Would speak about somebody who's really creative and doesn't have much or doesn't have a head for money. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And we have the 7 of Wands. And this is speaking about maybe a lot of arguments, a lot of maybe creative differences that are there. This could also be that there are maybe distribution issues. There are issues as far as maybe getting your not just product out, I would say, but even trying to maybe coordinate with a lot of people. For those of you who are in a you know, where it's a, I would say, a challenged love relationships, it can be that you're trying to get your word across, and you know, there's just a lot of misunderstanding, and you're just having to deal with a lot of controversies and deal with a lot of arguments. We'll see what's in store for Capricorn now. And we have a new moon that is there on the 8th in Leo. So we have 8-8, that is the 8th month and the 8th date. It's also called the Lion's Portal. A wonderful time, Capricornians, if you're looking at manifesting anything, if you're looking at maybe starting a new project, it's a lovely time. I'll be doing a separate video for that, and I'll keep you guys posted. So we'll see, Capricornians, what's there. We have the King of Emperor, which has come out as reversed, very Aries energy. We again have the King of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles that has come out as reversed. Okay, we have all kings. So it seems that you are dealing with a lot of ego issues. It seems that you are also dealing with somebody who's almost behaving like a petulant child, but is quite aggressive. And also it can be, you know, that you are either you could be feeling manipulated, or you could be feeling you know, that you really have to argue, or really have to keep on sort of engaging till the time that you get your point across. This also speaks about dealing with authority figures. At times it speaks about dealing with people who are mentors. It can be a parents, a father figure as well, or it can be that your partner is behaving like a parent, is sort of, you know, trying to you know, tell you what to do exactly, and that could be you know, causing some strife. The King of Pentacles reverse speaks about you know, to be careful about investments. It speaks about being wise with your money. It also speaks about a time that even though you may have the money, but you could just be feeling quite cautious, and you could be feeling quite you know, as if a sense that you do not have enough. So they could, and that could just be purely be fear drawn. You know, it doesn't have to do with the actual fact that there is money. We'll see what the universe has to say. We have the 9 of Cups, and it speaks about emotional fulfillment. And Capricornians, it seems that after a lot of strife and after a lot of battle, there will be emotional fulfillment. However, This also speaks about, it's almost an energy about of a hollow victory. At times when, we have fought so hard for something, by the end of it, we are even wondering that did we even want it. So it could be quite a hollow victory as well. Now we'll see what's in store for Aquarians. I'll just shuffle the cards. Let's see what's there in week 1. And Aquarians, we have a new moon in Leo that is there on the 8th. Great time for manifestations, great time to be creating something new, generating more money, letting the inner child out, whatever it is that you may want. Week 1. All right, we have the 7 of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands, which has come as reversed, and we have the Chariot. So week 1 is, it's speaking of a time where you are, almost deluding yourself about a certain situation, or maybe for some of you, you have deluded yourself, or you have been deceived for quite some time, and that you have been promised that there is a pot of gold by the end of the rainbow, but there is nothing, and you could have believed for so long. And they could just also be the sense. So sorry, I forgot to mention, this card has come out as reversed, the 7 of Cups, and there's a realization that you've been deceived, that someone has been cheating you, someone has been giving you false promises, and that is something that could be resulting in a stagnant or a blocked creativity. There's almost a sense of wanting to move, wanting to find your balance, wanting to get your yin and yang in place. Very tough choices to be made, Aquarians, in this week, and this could be a very painful decision, but this is something that you should decide and take a stand. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And the 5 of Wands. So it's not going to be easy, Aquarians. It seems to be a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting. You'll have to really fight for this, Aquarians. It's not going to come to you easy. So you are being asked to get ready for a fight. And even though we see, the interesting thing about this is that even though you're fearing that, it's it could be something really nasty, but the actual result, if you see, because they're not fighting with swords, they're fighting with wands. So it can almost be that when we are being bullied and we turn around and we threaten that person and that person backs off. So maybe that is what you need to do, that you need to give a firm answer. You need to maybe take a stand, so the person knows that you mean business. We'll see what's in store for Pisces in week 1, August. And we have a new moon that is there in Leo. That's there on the 8th. I'll be doing a separate video for that. So Pisces, we have pulled out the card of death as reversed. We have a 7 of Pentacles and we have a Ace of Swords. So for a lot of you, week 1 is indicating maybe a time or a week that you are being asked, you are being pushed to release old ideas. Maybe there are things that you were brought up with. Maybe these are your own emotional, psychological patterns, or maybe these are experiences that you have had, but you are sort of shedding them now. There's also a sense of being in a place where you are looking at, I would say, not just amassing wealth, but you are looking at putting money together. You're also looking at maybe ways and places to grow your money. For some of you, it almost speaks about a time where you are taking a break, you're sort of in between jobs, and the Ace of Swords speaks about new beginnings. It speaks about something new, something good that is coming your way. Maybe something is changing for you. Maybe for those of you who have been stagnant for a long time, this speaks about clarity of thought. Maybe now you are, energy around you has, the situation around you has cleared, and now you know as to which direction you should be going. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And lovely, we've pulled out the Three of Wands. It speaks about, at times this card speaks about leaving the country and going away. At times it speaks about really looking beyond, after we've accomplished a lot, then what is it that is ahead? So for a lot of you, it speaks about new beginnings. It speaks about maybe a new job, maybe a new city, which maybe by moving is going to benefit you. But overall, absolutely, and not just emotionally, a newer way of looking things, but even physically for a lot of you, you could be moving. It's been a pleasure speaking with all of you. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.